They say money can build empires, but it can also destroy hearts. When African billionaire Kweku Mensah accused his cleaner of stealing $20,000, he thought he was protecting his fortune. But what he discovered later would break him in ways no money ever could. The morning sun rose over a cross skyline, painting the city gold. From the top of a glass tower, the view was breathtaking, streets full of life, traffic horns echoing, vendors shouting, kids running barefoot. Inside that tower, billionaire Kweku Mensah sipped his coffee, unaware that today would change his life forever. Every surface of his penthouse gleamed, polished marble floors, golden decor, and imported art. But behind all that perfection stood one humble figure, Alma, his cleaner. A quiet woman in her 40s who arrived before sunrise and left after sunset. She never complained, never looked him in the eye for too long. For her, this job wasn't just work, it was survival. Her small house in Medina was barely standing. Her mother was sick. Her son, Kojo, needed school fees. Yet she never once asked for help. She worked hard, prayed harder, and trusted that God saw her struggles. That morning, as Alma wiped down the glass tables, Kweku's phone rang. It was his accountant, sounding uneasy. "Sir, the $20,000 you kept in your study, it's gone." Kweku froze. "Gone? What do you mean gone?" "No one else has entered your study, sir. Except your cleaner." The word cleaner echoed in his head like poison. He looked across the hall at Alma, who was quietly polishing a vase. His face hardened. "Bring her to me." Alma walked in nervously, wiping her hands on her apron. "Sir, you wanted to see me?" Kweku's tone was sharp. "Tell me the truth. Did you take the money from my drawer?" Her eyes widened. "Sir, no. I would never." "Don't lie to me," he snapped. "You're the only one who goes in there. Where's the money, Alma?" Tears filled her eyes. "Please, sir. I swear by my mother's life, I didn't take anything." But Kweku had already made up his mind. He called security. "Search her bag." The guards opened her old handbag. Inside were only a small sandwich wrapped in paper, a photo of her son, and a few coins. Nothing else. Still, Kweku's pride didn't let him stop. "Pack your things and leave. I don't want to see you here again." Alma's voice broke. "Sir, my mother's medicine depends on this job. Please." "Out," he shouted, "before I call the police." As she stepped into the elevator, Alma's tears rolled down her cheeks. Her world had just collapsed in seconds. Days passed. The mansion felt quieter than usual. Kweku told himself he did the right thing. Better to lose a worker than lose trust, he thought. But deep down, something was off. Alma had worked for him for 4 years. Never once had she taken anything. Why would she steal now? Still, he ignored his doubts until one night. It was nearly midnight. Kweku sat in his study going through reports. He opened the same drawer where the missing cash had been and noticed something strange. The drawer didn't close fully. One corner was slightly loose. Curious, he pulled it out completely, and what he saw made his hands tremble. Behind the wooden panel, wedged deep inside, was an envelope. He tore it open, and there it was. The missing $20,000. His chest tightened. His throat went dry. The money had never been stolen. It had slipped behind the drawer. Alma had been innocent all along. He dropped the envelope on the desk and buried his face in his hands. Shame flooded him like a wave. He had destroyed a woman's life because of his pride. That night, he couldn't sleep. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw Alma's tears, her shaking hands, her words, "I swear by my mother's life." By morning, he made a decision. He had to find her. The next day, his driver took him through the busy streets of Medina. Children ran between market stalls. Women sold fruits by the roadside. And there, near a cracked concrete building, he saw her, Alma, sitting outside, holding a small box of medicine. She looked thinner, weaker. Her son sat beside her, trying to do homework on his lap. When she saw the black luxury car stop, she stood up in shock. "Mr. Mensah?" Kweku stepped out, holding the same envelope. People in the street turned to watch the billionaire and the cleaner face to face. He walked closer, voice soft and breaking. Amma, I came to tell you I'm sorry. I found the money. It was never stolen. It was my mistake. Her eyes filled with tears. Sir, you came all the way here to say that? He nodded. I wronged you. I judged you. I destroyed your peace. I can't fix what I broke, but I can try to make it right. He held out the envelope. This belongs to you now. Amma stepped back, shaking her head.
No, sir.
That's not mine. I don't want it. Kweku looked stunned. Why? She smiled sadly. Because forgiveness is more valuable than money. And I already forgave you. Her words hit him like a storm. In that moment, he felt smaller than he'd ever been. Kweku looked at her son, barefoot, holding a broken pencil. He suddenly understood. Money couldn't buy what Amma had: dignity. He returned to his car, sat for a long moment, and then said to his driver, Contact my business office. I want a contract prepared in Amma's name. She's going to run our new cleaning division. 2 weeks later, Amma stood in front of her small new office building. A signboard read, Amma Cleaning Services, in partnership with Mensa Group. Tears rolled down her cheeks as she cut the ribbon with her son beside her. For the first time in years, her smile was pure joy. Months passed. Kweku visited her new company often. Each time, he saw her treating her workers with kindness and fairness. She never forgot where she came from or the pain that built her strength. In interviews, when reporters asked Kweku about his biggest business lesson, he always said the same thing. The costliest mistake I ever made wasn't losing $20,000. It was losing trust in a good heart. I judged poverty as guilt. But that day, a poor woman taught me what wealth really means. That evening, as the sun set over Accra, Amma closed her office gates. Her son ran to her, holding his report card. Mama, I passed. She laughed and lifted him high. You see, Kojo?
God.